Today we're going to learn about hats. There are lots of different types of hats, and they keep your head warm in the winter. Use the best one for your particular circumstance, or the best combination thereof. Layering hats is also very effective. The main idea of hats is to stop heat loss through your head. Your head is where 50% of the heat is lost. So if you can use this to your advantage. If you're hot, you take your hat off and then you'll cool down very quickly. Or if you're cold, then you make sure that your head stays warm and then you'll warm up probably. Or it's a lot easier to warm up when you have a good hat on. The first type of hats are toques. These are quite inexpensive, and it's a synthetic hat like that. It's very thin, and it's made of synthetic material, and it doesn't cost much. So what you can do with these, there's a couple of different things you can do. You can just wear one of them on your head, or if you want to make it warm around your ears, you sort of fold them out like this, then you get a double layer around your ears. There are some other things you can do. You can also layer them one on top of the other. So you can go like that, say like that, right? First put one on, then put another one on, and then you have twice the insulation, right? And then if you get hot, you take one off. If you feel colder, you stick another one on top, like this. Like that. You normally just put one on your head and then the next one and then the next one. So then you have a couple layers on your head, and it's really the layers that keep you warm. So it's the first layer is only that thick, but when you have all three of them together, then it's that thick, right? It's much thicker. You can see. What you can also do is take the first one and then just go like this, and then you have a double layer, and then you can put the other two on top like that, and then it's even thicker. You can see how thick that is, right? And that allows you to customize the hat to the temperature. If it's really cold, you put 3 on. If it's less cold, you put 2 on, and if it's even less cold, you just put 1 on. It's very cheap and very easy to do. The next type of hats are wool hats. Wool hats cost a lot more. This one is made of lamb's wool, so it's not itchy. But the nice thing about wool is that when it's wet, it's still warm, and wool is very, very warm. It doesn't wear as well as the synthetics, but it's very warm. So see, this has a relatively tight weave on it, and that's good, but it doesn't have to have a tight weave. They also have the wool hats. This kind has a liner on the inside, a polar fleece liner, so that's to keep your ears warm. So this one is thinner, and then here's a thicker one. It's made from coarser wool, right? It looks like it's hand knitted. It's black, right, like that. And this, so it also has a layer inside. Polar fleece, and then it's nice, it's wool. So this one is even warmer than the other one because it's thicker. And what you can do, there's a third kind too. This is what I call a Nepal hat. I really like this design because it has these ear things. This is from Nepal, and it's been used by people for thousands of years. This design, it has nice warm wool. I'm not sure what kind, sheep or whatever they have there. And then it has these ear flaps, and then you stick it on top of your head, and your ears are warm. And it's also really warm, and then if you want, you can knot it underneath like that, right? So that's kind of what it looks like. And they're also quite pretty. They're very good looking too. See, there's the ear flaps, and there's the little band. See, that's what the Nepal hat looks like. And there's lots of different kinds, but it's a really good style, and it keeps you nice and warm.
It is also possible to layer wool hats. The thinner wool hat is put underneath the thicker wool hat, like that. As you can see, there's now about twice as much insulation because there are two hats. If you get hot, then take one of them off.
Another technique you can use is you can put a synthetic hat underneath a wool hat, like that. Right, then this one is a bit warmer, and or you can also use a headband like this, and you can wear that. That warms your ears, and then you wear the hat over top, and then your ears are warm, like that. There's also another style of hat. It's this, I don't know what these are called, but they're sort of long. It looks almost like a sock or something, and it's more of an artistic hat. See, this one is thinner, but that's good if it's not really freezing cold outside. This one's also made of wool, which is good. With this style, again, if I want it warm around the ears, I can just sort of fold it like that, and then I have it warm around the ears. See, so then it's even thicker around the ears, and that's one of the parts of you that will typically get the coldest.
This is a headband, and these hats are used when you're exercising a lot outside and you don't want to get too hot. They're designed to cover your ears but still leave the top of your head exposed so you can cool down. This is sometimes good if you're skiing or something like that where you'd sweat a lot.
The general idea with hats is to have lots of different types available if possible, and then if it's a little bit cold outside, then you use one technique, and if it's really cold, you use another technique, say wool or something, and you can adapt, and you can layer with the hats, put one on top of the other, so it just gives you a lot of different options. So you can adapt to the environment
you find yourself in. Thanks for watching.